Psychiatry for a Mad World. An extract from the book. An initial assessment of the environment. As we did in our chapters on war and poverty, we're going to first make a brief assessment of the environmental problems of our world. The world is heating up. Greenhouse gases, most importantly CO2, which is released from the burning of fossil fuels, are trapping heat in the atmosphere. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change estimates that by the year 2100, the planet will heat up by 1.2 to 6.4 degrees centigrade. That may not sound like much, but it will radically change our weather systems, leading to more severe storms, floods and droughts. It will also cause sea levels to rise due to melting land ice, which will threaten to swamp coastal areas. They are estimated to rise by 2 metres this century, putting dozens of major cities at risk. Resources are dwindling. History has shown that societies can collapse when they run out of sources of energy and materials. The peak oil crisis looms ahead of us, the tipping point after which oil production will decrease and prices will rise. In 2008, the chief economist at the International Energy Agency predicted we would reach peak oil production in the year 2020. Natural gas is thought to last for only 50 to 170 years and coal for 200 to 400 years. Soil too is being lost. Worldwide, human activity is depleting topsoil at the rate of 10 to 20 times faster than it is being replenished. About 10% of the energy used in agriculture is to offset soil erosion, further adding to climate change. Large areas where topsoil has been eroded away often end up as new deserts. Demand for clean water is increasing. Although the amount of available fresh water remains roughly constant, since 1950 the world population has more than doubled and its water use has tripled. By 2030, 2/3 of countries could have a demand for water outstripping supply. Scarce water resources lead to conflicts. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, estimate that between the years 1950 and 2000, there were 2,000 conflicts over water basins shared by 2 countries. Waste is on the rise. There are fewer places now for us to use as landfill sites, and the existing ones emit methane, contributing to climate change, often leaching pollutants into the groundwater. Single-use plastic products add to the pollution problem, products which take centuries to decompose. In the Pacific, 500 miles west of California, millions of tons of this waste now float in the sea, in an area twice the size of Texas. The United Nations estimate that every square mile of the ocean contains 46,000 pieces of floating plastic, which entangles and chokes more than 1 million seabirds and 100,000 marine mammals each year. With human demands on natural resources, we are competing with other life, which needs those resources to survive. Destruction of rainforests for timber or for agricultural land, pollution of natural ecosystems, and unsustainable agricultural practices are all irreparably damaging natural ecosystems. Scientists believe we are in the middle of a man-made great extinction, with many species being lost forever. A UN study found that 10 to 30% of all described species are now under threat of extinction. Species are being lost at the rate of 1,000 to 10,000 times historical extinction rates, leaving no time for new species to evolve. As we lose natural ecosystems, we lose the resources which they provide for us: clean water and air, food, medicines, shelter and timber.